I'm thirsty. We got some water for you, just in case.
Hello.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, listen,
This was good.
they're a little excited for you. Just a little bit.
I'm excited. I made it to Tulsa.
Right?
Mystery city that I used to hear on Friends. And here it is. This is where Chandler got into all that trouble.
That's real. So you just came in this morning. So you're.
I did.
Are you well rested?
No. I am well rested.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I'm fine.
She's like, I know you're fine.
I had some bananas.
You got bananas?
Yeah, they're weird. They're round. They're yellow. It's great.
Just someone to know, man. This is what it's like to get stuff. I dig it. Okay, speaking of in the know, I have a serious, sincere question. You're a former agent of Hydra. You guys have a network. You know things. Who do you think died on The Walking Dead?
God, I haven't seen that show. Really, I know. Like I gotta watch that show.
Yeah.
I don't know who died.
That's okay.
I don't know, because now I'm like watching Westworld, I guess. I was reading about that wannabe crossover with Game of Thrones, which I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah.
That's a little tricky.
I watch Game of Thrones. I watch Stranger Things.
Now you're a big 80s fan, right? Like,
I am.
80s.
I am. I should try and get on that show.
I mean, yeah.
Yes, please.
Like grown-up Will came back through time.
Yes, yeah.
Somebody write that down. This is magic.
Strange things happen after these things.
You never know. I mean, okay, so in terms of your 80s love, just to well-round it out, I mean, the character that you played in Hot Tub Time Machine was super big.
Kind of ironic how that all went down.
Oh, is there a story there?
No, it's just, I was always sort of suspicious of the Russians, and then my best friends.
And they trained you to actually beat up a 80s idol, Robert Downey Jr. How am I something? Right? Think about that. See, conspiracies. See, I just came around.
That's right, yeah. He was an 80s idol.
Yeah.
Do you remember him in Back to School?
Yes.
Yes.
I really like that movie a lot.
You hear how only half of the room was like,
I know. It was a funny movie. It was
Rodney Dangerfield, guys, come on.
It was a while ago.
It's all good. Listen, they didn't hear or come here to hear me talk. We've got some questions. Which side do you want to start with? Which side do you want to go? Left or right?
This one.
I do already see some familiar faces.
Yeah?
Yeah, you, right there. Yeah. Yeah, I know you. How are you?
Wait, we need a mic.
My old friend.
There we go.
There we go. Hey, what's up?
We're in Tulsa.
Yeah, we're in Tulsa. I was actually kind of afraid about making this journey, but I feel good now, so it's good. So here's my question. I've recently re-entered the dating world, online dating.
Oh, God.
It's pretty fraught.
I don't know anything about it, but keep going.
I think you got a level head, so I'm gonna ask you for some advice here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna ask you for this. There's a site called OkCupid.
No.
And it asks, go around, yeah, shake your head, you should. There is a question on the dating profile that says, what are the 6 things you can't live without? Or your 6 must-haves. So that's my question to you. What are your 6 things that you can't live without?
I got existential early.
I know, here we are.
It doesn't have to. I put like the internet, so.
Give me 2 of your things.
Oh, okay. I put the internet and
I can live without the internet.
yeah,
I'll tell you that.
and then I put cheesecake because I really like cheesecake.
Cheesecake, okay, alright, well, peanut butter for me, definitely. I can eat it anytime. I mean, yeah, I've crushed like jars and stuff. I used to have a pretty good record with that in college.
You're about to get like
Some of those
jars
pictures are out there. Yeah. I guess what else? What was it? Starbucks. Yeah, maybe Starbucks. I'll throw that one on there. 6 other things. My friends. I'm very lucky. I'm very good friends. And so I definitely
That too,
need it.
just, you know.
There are not a lot of them, but they're there. What else? You know what? I mean, it seems to me like I can't live without Marvel. I'm here because of them, so I got to meet all you guys, so I gotta throw them in there. What else? That's 3, right? That's 4. Good. Okay, 2.
How do you feel about jelly? You like peanut butter? It's your relationship.
Jelly, I'm okay. I'm much more of like peanut butter, honey, and banana. Nutella's really good. Chocolate, I'll throw chocolate in there. Chocolate's really good.
Oxygen.
And you know, you gotta have a really good drink once in a while. So,
Martinis. Alcohol.
Actually, I brought him a bottle of tequila.
Yes.
Hi, Sebastian. Bona. Traumatized. My name is Amy. I come from Hong Kong. My question is, what's
Hi.
your favorite story like this year you performed? And want you to know, tell your best. I did.
I love you too.
Favorite storyline that you've done? What do you?
Favorite storyline?
Yeah, like which one mattered most to you? I mean, Winter Soldier, Civil War.
No, I mean, I still like the Winter Soldier storyline because it's still unexplored. You know, we still need to go back and kind of figure some things out over there. I'd like to know what happened to maybe like 10 years before the Winter Soldier movie.
Possibility.
Anything is possible.
I wasn't sure if we were dropping
I
some
don't
hints right
know.
there. We're like,
No, I wish. I'm apparently campaigning for it without even really realizing it.
as are we, yes. Excellent, excellent. Thank you. Hello.
I'm Chelsea. I'm from New Orleans, so that's why I'm really excited about the alcohol things.
I still have never been to New Orleans, by the way. Even though one of my best friends lives there. Yeah. Oh, cool. Tell him I said hi.
Like everybody has this separation thing.
I do too.
It's true.
So thank you for coming to Tulsa. Thank you for coming to Tulsa. My question is, so you film all around the world, but is there one location that you have not filmed yet that if you had to change your life time, like what locale speaks to you?
I really want to film in Japan. Yeah, I really want to go to Japan. I've never been to Japan. So that to me is my number one situation. I hope that happens at some point. Yeah.
So Winter Soldier, 10 years before, takes place in Japan. Piecing it together.
Exactly.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Any other places? Any other location?
I go to Australia. I've never been to Australia. That sounds fun. Where else? Maybe Iceland. Apparently Iceland is a really great, pretty place. Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Thank you.
Wow.
Hey! It's great to see you again. I was awesome. So my question is, you've given a lot of us hope that there's reason to keep pushing forward through life and keep going on through all the struggles that you face. Is there anyone that gave you that hope while you were growing up or even now as an adult? And is there anything that you'd like to say to any of us who might be in a rough patch right now? Sorry, sis.
You know what's, the thing is, in college, I don't know, I was just always curious, for some reason. I really was curious. I mean, acting was very good for me because once I really clicked with that in college, then I was very curious to find role models. And so I was always looking up people and researching sort of like Steve McQueen and like all kinds of people. And most of those guys who were successful, actually, if you really look into it, they all have very troubled pasts. And so it's a mindset, I think, because at the end of the day, it's like the rough patches that you may be going through are sort of like also these great gifts, that you can kind of like rise from. I mean, that's almost every superhero story, first of all. That's what everybody always keeps writing about, every time you see somebody that takes that rough situation and makes something out of it, uses it as a jump off point or whatever. So, I think the most important thing is just to be curious and kind of keep reading and keep looking out there at what people are, writing or talking. I've always, biographies to me were always very, sort of important because I like knowing how someone got to where they got. And every time it's the same story. Every time it's someone who feels like the world's falling apart around them, or they've lost someone important in their life, or they've got nothing, no opportunities. They're growing up in a neighborhood full of drugs and all kinds of things. So, and it's interesting to see them find their way. And so, I guess go out there and surround yourself with those examples of people that have gotten through that, and just know that we're all capable of it. We all can do it. It's beautiful.
Do you have a favorite biography that you've written?
Well, I mean, I just read all the acting ones. I mean, from Pacino to Brando to De Niro to Christine McQueen to.
All their books just went up on Amazon, right?
No, but I mean, you have to. I guess you have to look for. Well, the problem for me, it was always like these people just seemed like they were gods. Everyone idolized them. Everyone talked about them like, oh, well, you'll never be that. You'll always hear that because like they're gods, but they never started out that way. We made them into gods. I mean, they just found a way to make themselves available. So.
Wow, that was the perfect existential answer right there. So we made them into
Thank you for
gods. Yes.
Hey, nice to see you. I'm good.
We can't quite hear you. The mic is a little bit. There we go.
Hello. Okay, so I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about I'm Here and what's your favorite color?
Favorite color?
Yes.
Black and red.
Really?
Always is, for me. Can't go wrong there. I'm Not Here is a really interesting project. I mean, it's really about, it's a lot about this thing called quantum leap, actually. So I'm not going to go on explaining what that is. Maybe you've heard of it or not, but it's out there on the internet. You can look it up and see what that means. But it is very much about sort of this idea that there's always multiple versions of you kind of experiencing possibilities of you experiencing life. Me making the plane here, being here with you right now is one way today is shaping up. If I had missed the connection flight in Atlanta and I took a later flight, that was going to send me down another path. But the idea is that sort of possibility is already existing in another parallel. It sounds crazy. But anyway, so this movie is sort of about, it's a little bit of that concept. It's about this guy's life, and you're seeing him, and kind of when he was younger, and you're seeing sort of him where he ends up in the future, and it's sort of about the audience kind of realizing what choices he's made in his life and what got him there, and essentially, it's like that movie Sliding Doors. You make an appointment, you either make the train or you don't, and that little thing can send your life into direction. So it's a very, I haven't seen it, I don't know, it was a lot of fun. You know, anytime you say I can dye my hair, I say yes. Blonde is great.
I'll take it.
Thanks.
Do you watch a lot of your movies?
Oh God. After consuming a lot of alcohol, I do. I mean, it's not something, I've gotten a little bit better at it. It's hard. It's hard to, you know, it's hard.
You're like not seeing the movie, you're seeing you doing the movie.
Yeah, because the thing is, you're always, I think it's easier when you've had time apart from it, and then you've kind of moved on and whatnot. But when that's why I have a hard time kind of shooting something and going to the monitor and watching it again, because it's playing your mind a certain way, and it's never like that when you watch it, you know. But
Anybody that's want to be an actor?
sometimes you really do look like an idiot, and it is good to watch.
Yes.
Hi. I'm not going to date. I just want to know, what would Bucky do if they woke him up and cried and not to tell him that they took all the brainwashing out, they figured it all out, but just to tell him Steve's dead?
Why would you do that?
So they would wake him up and they wouldn't tell him that they fixed him, but they'll just go, "Hi, it's the year 2025, Steve's dead. Would you like cream in your coffee?" Yes! I'm free! It would be like, but then it would be like a joke. It'd be like, I'm just joking anyway. I don't know.
That's a tough
He just goes crazy and kills like 15 scientists. They're like, "What's wrong with me?"
Based on the story, he would have been gone when you're first woken up, so you might Winter Soldier up and be like,
Oh, you talking about? I'm sorry. You were talking about back then. I thought you meant now.
No, now.
Now, yeah, now. Back then. Who are you talking about? Yeah, now I think it would be back on the road, back on the run.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
yes.
So my question is, what Hogwarts house were you in, and what house do you think Bucky would be in?
What Hogwarts house would you personally be in, and which one would Bucky be?
Here's another fun fact.
He doesn't know Harry Potter.
I've never seen her.
Because he is magic. It's not the same.
I'm sorry, I haven't. Look, one time they asked me, and I said, "That's the one where I have the little animal, right? Mine would be a wolf." That's not. They didn't make any
Yeah, which
movies.
one is Patronus, yeah.
No.
Sebastian saying great job.
But I like Tom Felton, so I'll go where he is.
Or Slytherin!
Perfect.
What's your question?
Hi. My question is that you really inspired a lot of your fans to be more creative and to write, draw, and start acting. Who's inspired you to be more creative in your career and your everyday life?
It goes back for me to Rutgers, the school that I went to, Mason Gross there. I was in a really great class. I had a great group of actors who were my friends, and we were really lucky. I mean, they're all incredible actors, and so I was surrounded by good people who were also kind and generous, and I think that really helped out a lot. And that's the thing. I always believe it's the company you keep. You know what I mean? It's people in your life are extensions of you. That's how I always feel. And I was lucky to have good influences in my life back then, you know, and everybody was working really hard, and then I worked hard, I guess. So maybe my college class, I guess.
Nice. I mean, steel sharpens steel, so you play against those guys and it makes you better.
Well, when it comes to, when it comes to acting and so on, I mean, I always feel that that's one of the things I try to do. I really don't sit there and go, oh, movies, not TV, or you know, it doesn't really matter so much to me as much as it's the people that are involved, because I know if I'm scared and I know that the person opposite me is a, you know, acting giant or whatever, then I'm going to be forced to do better, you know, and I feel, I don't know, sometimes it's good to be forced to do things.
Absolutely. Get out your comfort zone. Push yourself, right?
That has a lot of meanings, but...
I was going to say phrasing. I was trying to, like, deter away from that. Totally
I know, it's impossible.
Hi, Seb. So my name's Arlene. Came all the way from San Francisco, and my question is, if you somehow end up in an alternate universe and have to live as one of the characters you played before, who would you pick?
Yeah, if you had to be one of your characters,
not TJ. Great guy. We'd still be the buddy. I mean, you know.
No!
Yeah. He was really fun to play.
He's a jerk. Jefferson.
I'd totally do that. I would do like a movie version of Jefferson.
that's a movie right there.
Do it.
Everybody else listening on that show have to do.
Hello. Hi, Seb. Can I call you Seb?
Sure.
Okay, so you know in the first Avenger where Steve goes to rescue you and the rest of the 107, and he takes the dancing girl's hat and he uses his stage shield. What do you think Bucky would say if he knew that Steve came to save him just using stage props?
Oh God. It's way worse than I thought.
I mean, because obviously you didn't know that he was Captain America then.
It was a really hard scene to film, that rescue scene, because, you know, it was like we had 2-3 pages to kind of, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, in a nutshell, you can make a whole movie out of that whole thing of how they reunite and kind of like, I mean, my guy's already, you know, I'm already like sort of subdued and in a Twilight Zone state, and then, you know, just imagine if suddenly, I don't know, someone from your past comes in, you know, like your grandparents, you wake up and it's like your grandparents are at your door and they're 22 and 23 years old, you know, and you're like, it's something drastic like that. So I was never sure of how we were going to communicate how awkward and weird and crazy the whole thing was, you know, but yeah, I'm still confused by it, obviously. I don't know if I don't know if Bucky ever really got used to, you know, Big Steve, so to speak. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
What's your favorite medium of acting that you do, film, television, or stage, and within that, what genre?
Well, I mean, you know, I think they're all great. No, I do. Look, movies are the director's medium. In television, it's always the writing. That's like kind of what ends up being the thing. And then theater is usually the actor. You know, that's like the actor medium, because what you see on the stage is essentially new every night. You know, and I'm like, as an actor, you're the last editor. But they're all interesting. I mean, I don't know. I love the interaction that I'd be able to have, sort of just, you know, being up here and hearing you laugh would inspire me to be a certain way, and it's just like a back and forth like that you can't find on a camera. And at the same time, on the camera, you know, you don't, sometimes you can just think something and you understand what I'm thinking, you know what I mean? Or you relate to it, and that's amazing too. So, I don't know, whichever one it is. Sure.
Aww.
Real good. Here you go.
Hi Natalie, hi Alice.
Yay! Natalie got her thing. Oh, sorry.
I don't know the things I do.
It's natural talent, sir. That's what that is. Hello.
Good morning.
Glad you made it out of that hotel room as well. It was a long night.
So you brought quite a array of characters to life in movies, on television, and on stage. So my question to you is, what do you feel has been your most challenging role to date, and why?
Everything for me that's been the hardest, I think, so far has just been, you know, on stage. I mean, that's been the really difficult part. I mean, it's always hard. It's never really easy. I mean, it's interesting with Bucky because I think when you return to a character over and over again, you really start like kind of understanding them. Yeah, I mean, you start knowing their, you know, like the next move or the next thought before, you know, even sometimes when they write something, I'm like, oh, funny enough, I actually thought about that. But in theater, it's really hard because you have to really kind of maintain it all the time, and you know, you're that far from, and I'm here, and you're not gonna see like my eyes, and so I'm gonna have to somehow make you understand like what's going on with me through my body, and you know. That's always a challenge.
This whole road just started blushing right now. It's awesome. Hello.
Hi, I'm Blaine, and I actually chose the namesake because of your character. Because I relate to him. He's perfect. But
Blaine?
yeah,
He's a mess.
Blaine, the glowing American.
Yeah.
Come on, I have to forget
No,
you.
turtleneck, I got it.
But my question is actually, like, forgetting Civil War happened. My question is about the parallels between Jefferson and Bucky, how Jefferson, his curse is to remember and Bucky's curse is forgetting. So I would want to talk about the parallels between them because I love Jefferson and Bucky, they're both my sons. So, and they're so similar in so many different ways, so it doesn't make sense, but they both have curses that they have to deal with. So.
Yeah, it's weird. I actually never really thought about it, but it's true. There is a lot of parallels there. Wonder why they picked me to play the role. God. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing, but yeah, it's been a while since I thought about it.
He just blew his mind right there. All thought was like,
Well, but the Mad Hatter is a great character. I mean, the Mad Hatter is a incredible character.
oh, somebody said something disparaging about Mad Hatter back there, didn't they? Who said that? Oh, now you want to be all quiet? No, somebody wasn't feeling Mad Hatter. One person. That's all right. Everybody turned around and looked like she's hiding.
Aww.
Sorry.
I think, yeah, I mean, I think they both, they're both wrestling with their mind.
Do you think they would want to like switch curses? I guess that's it.
Bucky want to remember, Jefferson forget.
Nah, you know, I think Bucky would probably be like, that dude's crazy enough. Like, I'm gonna go the other way. No, I mean, it would be interesting. Look, I obviously thought about it. I don't know what that conversation would be like, you know, but maybe they would get along, I suppose.
That's some fan fiction for somebody to write. Make that happen.
Even safe for work.
Yeah! No guarantee!
Thank you. Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, first off, thank you for the existential crisis that I'm going to have later today. My question is, what do you think Bucky's last thoughts?
Don't read Stephen Hawking.
I already have, so the damage is done there. So, what do you think Bucky's last thoughts would be when he's going back into the ice at the end of Civil War? Like, what are his last thoughts there before he goes to the ice?
My arm itches.
He doesn't have one.
Super phantom. Double
No.
phantom.
I should have had dessert.
I know I have to pee. That's true.
I mean, this can go one of two ways. It can get really funny or it can be really sad.
Let's keep it funny, please.
I'm sorry.
This is a serious question. The state of mind at the end of everything. I mean, what does he?
I always thought this. He's at a place of relief at that point because it's like, it's like, man, I've been followed by the shadow for such a long time. Just take this thing off of me and deal with it for a while and just let me hang out. Let me just chill. I feel like that's sort of where he's at. It's kind of. Yeah, I mean, who's to say that whatever they put him to sleep with doesn't give him, nice dreams?
Thank you.
I just thought about that because I saw that Passengers trailer. Looks really great.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder if by that point, if you go into hibernation, like they would have that, right? Don't you think they would almost have they'll just inject you like an Apple TV?
Right. You can catch up on all the movies that he has.
I just wonder how that would be.
Apple is already working on that.
I'm just getting over losing my voice, so forgive the croak. But in The Martian, Mark Wahlberg gets stuck on Mars. If they were to
No, bad name.
Not bad name, sorry.
Don't worry about it. He's not on stage, so you're fine.
To me, I was like, that even just wasn't the whole
If they were to make a sequel, or if you were to be the one stuck on a planet or a space body, which planet or space body would you want to be stuck on?
If he says Earth, is that cheating?
Earth or Mars, that's cheating.
Just trying to help you out.
Exactly.
It is now. They brought it back.
I love that little Pluto. God, no, that's so far away. I feel like the moon. I don't know. I would be on the moon or something. If someone said, we're gonna leave you on one of these planets, and it can't be Mars. I would say it would probably have to be, because all the other ones are just,
it's a little too far.
gas. They're not even solid planets.
That's a good question. Now, your character in The Martian, he was good at blowing stuff up. How much practice did you have to go into for that?
0.
Blow stuff up all the time.
No, he wasn't actually, because that was he was a medic. Yeah, his whole thing was everyone's health. But I remember researching a little bit about what those guys do, and they kind of have to be. It's interesting. They're all around sort of team players. They're like the sixth man. You know what I mean? They just get thrown in there and they have to kind of take over. Yeah.
You're MacGyver-like. I need this for like
Every astronaut has to be a MacGyver first of all, because they're but.
Hello, my name is Chia. I'm from Cancun, Mexico. They already asked you what character would you like to be, but in real life, if you had the chance to reprise any TV character you already played, TJ, Jefferson, Jack, or Carlton, but if you had to choose only one, which one would you choose and why?
which character would you play?
Harder.
You know, I was thinking about him. I really was.
Covenant.
Cart. Bathing in the sun. That's how my friends used to refer to me. No. I don't know. I don't know. I would love to. I actually really like this recent character you haven't seen yet that I've done on TV. This guy's name is Clay, and he's a stand-up comedian.
Thank you.
And it's actually, that show's not coming out for a while, but I'm gonna pick him, and then when that comes out, you guys will tell me if I picked it right.
Thank you.
Does it count? All right, then I'll do Carter Basin.
Thank you. Would you like to say hi to your Latin American fan page? This is Stan World Venezuela.
Hi, Latin America fan page. We're in Tulsa.
Thank
We're
you.
hanging.
Thank you.
Listen, man, I got a 3 a.m. All right.
Oh my God.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
This is a fan out experience that's happening right here. Ladies and gentlemen.
I think I passed the 4 o'clock. There's playing
I mean, like, seriously? Now listen, don't nobody else get to pull that. I don't remember what I was going to say. Don't y'all do that. Y'all cut that out. Y'all cut that out.
I think I have a question.
Oh, question. Oh, good. Yes, what's your question?
Thank you for hugging me. You smell really good.
Everyone's getting her autograph now. Did you?
I got a question for you.
Uh-oh.
What are you gonna be for Halloween?
I don't know.
Say the Winter Soldier.
Oh, right.
That's fantastic. Like everybody's dying, just checking out pictures of herself, getting hugged. Did you have another question? Do you know what it is?
Shaking now.
Should we go to somebody else so you
No,
might think
wait.
about it?
Okay. What were your initial thoughts of playing Bucky? Like when you first got it, like the first Captain America?
It was I'm coming back. I think no. Well, the thing was, I always had that. I think you've heard me talk about it. I had that meeting with them, and we were talking about him and the character, but they weren't necessarily telling me that they wanted me to play him. So I really didn't know what to think. It was kind of sort of like, it sounds amazing. It sounds amazing.
That's
But
awesome.
What do you,
Just like to do it.
yeah, so I was just hoping that I would get to do it because it sounded like a cool character.
Now, are you a comic book fan? Did you read Captain America stuff?
I didn't grow up in comic books, no. So I wasn't. I only started like looking at comic books
Towards that. Because I mean, there's a certain costume that Bucky was wearing, and I was curious what your thoughts were if you had to wear that.
That was a rough costume.
It was. I mean, it's not like Robin where your legs are out, but I mean, it was close.
Well, you know, there was a lot of. You could see a lot of thigh.
Would y'all
Actually, I do remember sitting in that room and then pulling out that initial comment and being like, so this is Bucky, but he's not, we're not gonna look at that. And actually, oh, great, okay.
So we're real pants, is what you're saying.
Yeah, well, I think it was reversed, because I think the truth was, to some extent, like Steve actually was always looking out for him in comic books, I think.
Right.
From like, you know, and so in the movie version, we sort of switched that a little bit.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Kat from Texas. We actually drove up to meet you specifically.
No pressure.
Thank you for giving me an excuse to miss school because I hate those classes. But what I wanted to ask you was that you seem to play a lot of characters that have either tragic backstories or have gone through a lot of difficult things, like TJ, like your character on Kings, and just dealing with a lot of stuff. Have any of those characters inspired you to kind of live your life differently or given you motivation to maybe change something that you were doing that you realized, maybe I shouldn't?
Existential number 12.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, that's why it's fun to act. That's what acting, you know, is. I mean, I don't know. That's what's fun about it, is you're always learning something, because your certain characters sort of force you to, you know, kind of explore different parts of you, to think about different things you didn't, you know, and you're always, in a sense, sometimes, you know, some of those characters were sort of like, you know, versions, God forbid, you know, where I'm really lucky that my life isn't like that, or that I'm not, you know, dealing with those things, but you're always asking the question, like, well, what if, you know, and so it definitely kind of helps one learn about yourself. That's why I think the arts are, you know, the best thing. Writing, whatever, you're always learning something about yourself because you're forced to really ask yourself questions, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I think you know, crazy characters are always more fun.
Well, yeah, but everybody likes the crazy guy, right? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much. I apologize that that was the last question that we had time for. I'm so sorry you guys are staying long. However, I need you guys to do something for me real quick fast. Check under your chairs. There are possible pictures of Sebastian here. And if you have one of them, if you come up, you will actually get a special bag. Sebastian. Possible picture. I know, right? Is that awesome? Don't be flipping chairs over there. Oh snap, oh snap. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for coming out. Hopefully you guys are privileged on the show, getting signings, getting photos with Sebastian. Appreciate all parts of it. We got one up here. We need some more. Some others? We got some others? Somebody else coming up? Is it, you got one? It's just what? Okay. Something like this. Well, you just ripped apart the chair. So, we got another one? We got another one? Come on up. Come on up. Here, I'm gonna do that. We got another one? Come on up. Two more? Two more? Here we go. One more. Somebody else. This is like Willy Wonka golden ticket time. 1, 2, 3. This is number 4. Oh, there we go. Number 4. There we go. Look upon them and smile, people. Don't be hating. Don't be hating.
I mean, we'll be seeing him like right here. Yeah, exactly. It's not like I'm gonna not see him 2 more times today. Yeah, I'm trying to. Good. Oh, I'm one of those people where I'm just like,
Wow. That is so rude to use that. That is so rude to do that. Yeah, one big group picture. You guys get up in there. Thank you guys so much. Again, enjoy the rest of the show. See Sebastian when he's